Dell PowerStore Deploy 2023 exam D-PST-DY-23 dumps questions are valuable for you to test all the related topics. Share some Dell EMC D-PST-DY-23 exam dumps here. 1. A PowerStore cluster generated a major alert regarding an appliance running out of space. What does this alert indicate? A. Used capacity is above 80%. B. Used capacity is above 90%. C. Forecast time to full is 14 days or less. D. Forecast time to full is 28 days or less. 2. Which component in a multi-appliance cluster receives the NDU package and distributes the packages to other appliances? A. Master appliance of the cluster. B. Primary node on any appliance. C. Either node on any appliance. D. Peer node on any appliance. 3. A storage administrator configured a read-only NFS export for a specific set of Unix hosts and added the IP addresses to the host access list. There have been reports that unauthorized hosts are able to access the export. What is the required setting to correct this problem? A. Minimum security. Kerberos. B. Minimum security. SYS. C. Default access. Read only. D. Default access. No access. 4. How is the first installed expansion enclosure displayed in PowerStore Manager? A. bus_1_0. B. bus_0_1. C. bus_1_1. D. bus_0_0. 5. During the unpacking of a new PowerStore 3000X with two expansion enclosures, the implementation engineer finds 2-meter SAS cables. According to best practices, for what are these cables used? A. To interconnect the base enclosure with the first expansion enclosure. B. SAS cables are unsupported on PowerStore X1. C. To interconnect the base enclosure with the expansion enclosures. D. For interconnecting the expansion enclosures. 6. What administrative tasks are needed to increase the capacity of the vVols data store without the use of the VSI plugin? A. Change the storage container quota in PowerStore Manager and refresh the data store capacity in vSphere. B. Change the storage container quota in PowerStore Manager and restart the VESA service in vSphere. C. Change the data store capacity in vSphere and restart the VAAI service in PowerStore Manager. D. Change the data store capacity in vSphere and refresh the storage container quota in PowerStore Manager. 7. When creating a new volume on a multi-appliance PowerStore cluster, what determines on which appliance the volume will be automatically provisioned? A. Replication balancer. B. Cluster balancer. C. Resource balancer. D. Node balancer. 8. An administrator is attempting to remove a remote replication session for a test volume. The administrator selects the test volume from the Storage tab. From the More Actions drop-down list, the Unassigned Protection Policy is selected. In the Unassigned Protection Policy confirmation window, the administrator clicks the Unassign button and receives a Modify Volume error. What is the cause of the error? A. Protection Policy Replication Rule RPO value was not set to 0. B. Operation was performed from the replication destination. C. Replication session was not paused before the protection policy was unassigned. D. Replication rule was not deleted from the protection policy. 9. When Dell COVALENTS5248F1 on-network switches are included with a PowerStore solution, what type of cables are used to connect the PowerStore nodes to the Dell data switches? A. 10 GBASE-T, B. 25 GBASE-T, C. 25 GBASE Twin-X, D. 100 GBASE Twin-X. 10. What are the minimum number of IP addresses required for the storage networking implementation for the PowerStore T appliance? A. 3 IP addresses, 2 IP for Node A, 1 IP for global discovery. B. 2 IP addresses, 1 IP for Node A, 1 IP for Node B. C. 3 IP addresses, 2 IP for Node A, 1 IP for Node B. D. 5 IP addresses, 2 IP for Node A, 2 IP for Node B, 1 IP for global discovery.